I'm live. Live and in color. What I'm talking about. Yep. What's happening, folks? It's Wildly Wednesday. Hump day. And the week is half over, just like that. 2 more days and I can have 2 days off. That's right. Those are the 2 days I look forward to every week. So I can sit around and do absolutely nothing if I don't want to. That's right. What we got going on here? All right. Yep. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Jesus. The sun is bright. There we go. You gotta see a little better now. Man, my subscriber count is going up and up and up and up. Won't be long before I'll be at 1,000 subscribers. I'm liking this. Of course, I'm not really accomplishing anything. I don't get paid to do this, so it's no big deal, but it's just nice to know that people are paying attention. People are watching my content. People are liking, they're commenting on it. Yeah. Good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah. Well, it's been steady at work. I guess that's good. It could be worse. I could be sitting around at home twiddling my thumbs, not getting paid for it. You know. Of course, I could be a protester. I could be a professional protester and go out and make money doing that. That doesn't do any good. It just pisses people off. Yeah, I hear they make quite a bit depending on like what their skills are. The instigators are the best. They make the best money. Yeah. All right. I've been on almost 3 minutes and my dollar's not on here yet. I wonder what's up with that. Well, let's see here. If I hit the share button, I can share from my phone to Facebook and Rumble, I guess. Let's see, let's mess with this button here real quick. Share your audience. Facebook, Messenger, Telegram, Gmail, Instagram, X, Pinterest, Snapchat. I can live stream on Snapchat. Ain't that some shit? Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess I'll have to experiment with that one day. I'm not going to do it today. I don't have enough patience or time for that today. I know I can do it with my computer, which I've done before. Shared my content online with Facebook and done it on YouTube as well. So maybe pretty soon I can start sharing other places too, because I'm noticing that it takes a while for the algorithm to work right on YouTube. And like, I just had 2 people come in and I've been on almost 5 minutes already. So finding my audience has been the issue. Maybe if I expand my audience to other platforms, I can grow this shit a lot faster, maybe. Who's to say, right? Anyway, happy Wednesday, y'all. There's one. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in, viewer. How's it going today? This is my channel, and I'm on my way home, and you're riding with me. I do this every day, or not every day. I do this every other day. I do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every once in a while, I like to sneak in a video on a Saturday or Sunday, depending on what I'm doing and where I'm at and that kind of thing. I found this really neat site called Whatnot, and I'm thinking about going live on Whatnot. I've got a bunch of record albums and junk I've accumulated over the years, and I start selling on there, like maybe a little store or something on Whatnot, and make some little extra money. So that's coming in the future. When I do, I'll make sure I post a live stream, connect with it, or a link is what I meant to say. I'll make sure I post a link with it. That way, you guys here on YouTube, if you feel like buying records or buying any of my collectibles or junk that I've accumulated over the years, I got quite a bit of stuff that I really should be getting rid of. I just don't really have any use for it anymore. You know, it's they say if you don't use something like within a year, you know, in a calendar year, if you don't use something, if you got something packed away, and you don't use it, then there's no sense in having it. I got a bunch of that kind of stuff laying around. I got hockey pucks and sports memorabilia. I got jerseys and concert shirts and knickknacks and all kinds of trash. Let's see here. What's up, Mr. Utters? How are we doing today? Magabean Utters. Hey guys, y'all want to meet my friend here, Magabean Utters. He's small time like me, but I'm growing. It's getting there, you know. So I'm getting quite a few there. What are you up to today there, Utters? Hey, that was a funny video that you did about Billie Eilish. You know, I found out today that she actually has a house or something on some reservation in the Indian tribe that owns the land isn't too happy with her. So isn't it funny that, you know, one day she's talking about how you can't listen, you can't be illegal and alien on stolen land, but now she's stolen land from somebody. So isn't that kind of ironic? What a fucking moron. But you know, that's it for these freaking Hollywood elites. You know, they don't know what it's like to be normal people like us. You know, they live in gated communities and things like that. Yeah, that's why I made the video. You can't be illegal on stolen land. That's right. That's what she thinks. But we didn't steal this land. We conquered it. You know, the Indians welcomed us. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. But, you know, somebody that's uneducated that wouldn't realize that, you know, unless they actually learned about it. You know, Thanksgiving is one of those times that's one of those holidays that's been kind of just taken for granted. It's really kind of lost its meaning over the years. You know, like Christmas, you know. You got somebody in the cancel culture, you know, canceling Christmas and wanting to cancel all these other holidays. It's pretty sad when you think about it. Let's see, rich liberals always promote something they know nothing about. Exactly right. Like, Molly Ringwald. Did you see the video Molly Ringwald did? God, what a pathetic loser she is. Dude, I used to be so in love with that woman. Well, she wasn't a woman then. Back when I was a teenager, I had the biggest crush on Molly Ringwald. And man, if she turned out to be some kind of a left-wing, fucking radical, liberal whack job, you know, she was, Molly Ringwald was in St. Louis a few years ago. Well, actually, it's been about 12 or 15, about 13 years ago now. She came here for a women's conference and hobby show or something, and was supposed to do a speech, right? So she didn't like the fact that the crowd wasn't as big as she thought it was going to be. So she decided that she wasn't going to do the autograph session. She did like a Q&A audience. And I guess, you know, people just weren't inquisitive or nothing, you know, enough. And she was supposed to do an autograph session. And my daughter, who was a real big fan of Molly Ringwald's, was with me that day. and she wanted to meet Molly Ringwald. Well, it didn't happen because she decided at the last minute that she wasn't going to do the autograph session, right? So, so I get on the freaking internet, man, and I'm blasting her Facebook page, about, what a pathetic loser she is and stuff. And she gets my address, right? She sends a book, which was the same book she was selling at her show that she was supposed to autograph. Well, she autographed a copy of one and sent it to my daughter, which was really cool. But the problem is that after she sent the book, she didn't apologize or anything. She just wrote it off like it was no big deal. So, Molly Ringwald, if you're watching, sorry, chickie. Well, she was one of the Brat Pack too. That's what makes it even worse, dude. She was like one of the Brat Pack that always was in the movies that you saw. 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink, and I think she was in The Stand and a couple other movies along the way. So, she was always around in the 80s and early 90s. But man, what a pathetic loser she's turned out to be. I'm telling you what. And she really needs to do something about her fucking Botox. She needs to find somebody else to do that shit, because her lips were all crooked. Unless, of course, she had a stroke or something, but I didn't hear anything about that. And you would think that if she did, we would have heard about it. But when she's talking, if you watch her mouth, the right-hand side of her mouth is bigger than the left-hand side of her mouth. It's the funniest thing. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, God, woman, why did you turn out like this? And of course, she's probably in with those elites, that of Hollywood and all the fucking pathetic losers out there. Sure, they're worth billions of dollars and things like that, and they do movies and they're all famous and they're on TV. But, you can be rich and famous and be a pathetic loser. Yep, that's right. You can be, that's lame. Left wing crazy cat lesies. That's right. I don't know if she's a lesbian or not. I think she was married. She said she was married. I think she's got a couple of kids, but you may be right. She may have left that wholesome family part of her life behind and done something else instead. I don't know. Dude, what is with the traffic today? Jesus Christ, Joseph, Mary's, and 12 freaking disciples. This is terrible. This is usually pretty smooth moving. I should have gone the alternate route today, but it's the alternate route is like 10 minutes longer, so I like to come this way. But I'm coming out of St. Peter's or O'Fallon into St. Peter's, Missouri. I'm on Interstate 70 going east, and the traffic's pretty backed up right now. I swear some people don't need to drive. Yeah, no kidding. It's unbelievable. And these dumb motherfuckers, these women, they're going down the road putting on makeup. Now, I'm not talking about all the ladies, because I'm sure there's some good women drivers out there. But, they all want to fucking put on makeup and shit. And every other person you see has a phone in their hand. They can't lay their phone down for 10 minutes to drive wherever they're going. You know what I mean? I don't generally touch my phone. It's sitting over there, and it's all nice and peaceful, and I talk to it. But my attention is straight ahead anyway. Unless, of course, I glance over. I have a second to glance over. But anyway, yeah. So, man, this is terrible, and it's 4:30 in the afternoon on a freaking Wednesday. This isn't like normal traffic, so there must be something going on somewhere up here. Anyway, I would try to get my camera to face the road, but I'm not going to do that today. Probably wouldn't do any good anyway. So anyway, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just, these fucking rich elite people that go to these fucking award shows. I think, it was a really cool thing what Jelly Roll did. He testified right there in front of all of them, and he praised God and thanked Jesus for his talent and things like that. And he made mention, that he spent some time in jail, and all he had was a pocketbook Bible, a radio of about the same size, a pencil and some paper, and he started fucking writing lyrics to songs. And it was only by the grace of God and by the blood of Jesus that he was able to survive, that long in prison. I don't know what he was in for. It really doesn't matter now because that's his past and he's changed his life apparently. But he got a Grammy, and he was like, ugh, he shoved it right in their ass, what I'm talking about. All these fucking award shows, they're just a bunch of fucking shit shows usually. There was some chick, I can't remember her name, but she had fucking like nipple rods, right? And she was naked from like the tits up, and she had these fucking nipple rods in, and her dress was hanging off these fucking nipple rods. It was a see-through dress, and all she had on was a fucking one of those T-straps or T-bars or whatever it is that women wear. It's like these motherfuckers are the most disrespectful, unidealistic people that you could ever have, in the world. You know what I mean? They're all fucking trash, or at least the ones that go to the shows that dress like that. You know what I mean? And then you got this Billie Eilish girl, Eyelash or whatever the fuck her name is. I guess she's she's the new Pocahontas, like you said there, Utters. If she's even a she, right? I can't tell anymore. It's hard to tell. I just don't even look anymore. You know what I mean? I might be looking at some dude. I don't know, dude. That's fucking nuts out there. Let's see. Hey, baby. Ashley, what's happening, baby? Good to see you in there. On my way home, as usual. How you feeling today? Pretty good? Yeah, the billy goat. That's right. She's a billy goat. Oh, man, what a day. So, man, I got an ass load of records yesterday in the mail. I got like 7 or 8 albums yesterday. I had so many that the mail lady had to leave her tub on my freaking porch because there was no way she was going to carry all those records. So I got one from a band called Starcrawler, and if I'm not mistaken, Anti-Scene is like one of my favorite old-time bands that I used to go see a lot in Charlotte. They're kind of local to the area, and there's a guy named Jimmy Repo. Well, that's not his real name, but that's what we call him, Jimmy Repo. He owns a record shop there in Charlotte called Repo Record. And he had this band Starcrawler come in and do a concert in his record shop, right? And, Jeff Clayton from Anti-Scene was one of the people that was promoting it, so it was pretty cool. So anyway, I got an album from this band Starcrawler. I may try to send it to Jeff, have the people that the next time he's having a get together with them, see if they'll all sign it and send it back to me or something. But I got probably 3 or 4, let's see, it was I think 4 Iron Maiden albums. And then I got what was the other ones? Something started with a W. I can't remember what it was now. But anyway, I got quite a few. And then there was one, I got the Badlands album. And Badlands is kind of it's kind of hard to find albums by a band called Badlands. Their original album, because they only did like 2, or they may have done 3 albums in the 80s, but it was Jakey Lee on guitar. And their material is pretty hard to find, because it was very limited. And I guess they just weren't as popular as, say, like a Motley Crue or an Iron Maiden or something like that, but they're actually a really good band. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all, I don't mean to yawn, but that's what happens when you're a working man. I got 3 people in there now. I can't see to read the comments. Hold on, let me change my glasses out. See if I can see. I don't have a lot of people. I've already passed all the traffic, so I'm pretty much wide open right now. Let's see here. Hanging in there. Trying to stay strong. Okay, good, baby. So are you, Ashley, you need to call me later. I need to talk to you about something. If you don't mind. Give me a call in about an hour or so, okay? Let me get home and get settled and stuff like that. And you give me a call. I need to talk to you. Okay? If you don't mind. It's something I heard I want to talk to you about. But I don't want to do it here because this is not the place or the time. All right? We don't need people knowing your business. Okay? People already know enough. They don't need to know anymore. You know what I mean? Anyway. You guys want to see the bridge? Getting ready to go over the Blanchette Bridge again. It's down here at the bottom of this hill. Butters, you still in there? Hanging in? It says we only got one person viewing right now. I don't know what that's all about. The sun's really thick on my right hand shoulder. It's coming from the back of the car, so it's splattering everything. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this around so you guys can see the bridge. And of course, the traffic's backing up on the bridge. Yep. All right, put you right here. Slow it down a little bit, folks. All right, here we go. Yeah. Stay in your lane there, big guy. That's right. Just stay right over there. Ashley, you've been across this bridge a couple of times. Back when you lived with me up here over here in Missouri. I don't know if you remember or not. You may. And we went to a mall. We went to a football game over here. And we went to the mall, the big mall. Remember the big mall? The one that was like Concord Mills. Yep. All right, we can put this back over here. Turn that back around. Okay, I still have volume. That's good. Sometimes when I turn this thing around like that, I lose my volume. Anyway. Yeah, I'm in the freaking state of Missouri. We call it the state of misery. It's the show me state, but I live in the try me city. Yeah. So my videos have been doing really well. Like I said, I think I've got 874 subscribers now. I found that if I do a lot of short videos, I'll usually pick up 50 or 60 subscribers at a time. So it lets me know that I'm actually doing something right, which is really cool. I posted a video last night of I don't know what kind of dog it is. It's like a cocker poodle or something. It's a big dog. I don't know. It's probably a medium-sized dog, and he was playing with helium balloons, in the house. And he would run up on them and grab it, pull it down, and then run from it, right? So I used the song 99 Left Balloons, right? So this chick gets on there and says something about how this song has something to do with nuclear war or something like that, or apocalypse. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you even watching these videos if you want to think the worst about everything? You know what I mean? It must be miserable to be a fucking liberal, and not be able to enjoy life because you find something wrong in everything that's right. You know what I mean? It just fucking trips me out. I don't understand it. But then again, I guess if you're, miserable and you feed off of negativity, then being a liberal is okay, maybe. Not. Not me. But they're crazy, all of them. So I answered a girl back and I was like, well, you know, what is exactly, well, I didn't say exactly what I'm going to say. I was like, you know, and so what's your point? You know, the song, it's not, this video that I did is not about the song. It's about the actions of the dog. You know what I mean? And then I told her that, you know, she's going to be commenting on my videos and stuff. Maybe she ought to use that, leave that liberal mind out of it, or imagination or something like that. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to stop and get my car washed today at some point. I don't know if I want to do it now. I kind of really want to get home. Plus, I don't know how well my video will be inside the car wash. I'm only 10 minutes from home. Doesn't look like the car wash is open today. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they were not, but who knows. Come on, big guy. You coming over here or what? Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Get on up. Them big trucks. All right, turn your turn signal off. You're welcome. He's flashing me his lights so that he's saying thank you. You know, these guys communicate with their lights. That's like the cool. And you can always tell, like, you can always tell when you're following a big truck or something. They know if you got a trucker in your family. You know what I mean? Just by using your lights and things like that as signals. You know, like when you want to pass, or if they want to get in front of you, you flash your lights and let them know it's good to come over. And they appreciate that, you know. My uncle was a trucker for, man, bukus of years. I think he was on the road for like 35 or 40 years. He drove for a company called Bowie Hall, and he hauled cantaloupe to California, and then he brought something back. I think it was those honeydew melons, you know, the green ones. Those things are like freaking great. I love honeydew melons. Good God. Hey, you want to talk about blinded by light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Yep. Fucking sun is powerful today. Jeez. Of course, it's good. We need the sun out, you know, get rid of all this fucking ice and snow we got. I'm gonna get up here to the stoplight, y'all. I'm gonna read my messages here in just a second. I gotta get up here first. I'm tired today. I won't be taking a nap though. I don't know. I think Sunday night I slept decent. Monday night I didn't sleep too well, and then last night was a freaking. I slept like a kid last night. All right, sun had already set North Carolina. Has it, baby? So I guess it's pretty wild watching me on a video and seeing the sun still out. You hitchhiked across the country through trucks. Okay, good. Yeah, honeydew, right? Trucker talk. That's right. Yeah, let's see here. That's Daniel Berry Sport Highlights. Happy Wednesday, Daniel. How's it going there? It's good to see you in there. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, everybody's doing all right. I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody else. I'm having a pretty good day. I'm kind of tired today. I stayed steady most of the day. It's kind of hit and miss anymore with the company that I work for. I'm in infrastructure, so our business and our ability to stay busy depends on the vehicles that we have to work on. But I worked pretty hard today. I stayed steady. I don't want to say I worked hard because that'd be a lot. I'll just say I stayed steady today. But it's hump day. Hump day. Like the camel walking around the office. Mike. Happy hump day. Mike. Yeah, that one. But anyway, thanks for commenting too, man. That's good. I appreciate people coming in, you know, and dropping comments and things, because It just gives me a little or more inspiration to keep doing this thing. I don't get paid to do this. I've said it a million times. And if you've been on and seen me before, and I didn't see you, you may not have ever heard me say, you know, I don't get paid to do this, but I don't. I do this kind of in my spare time, you know. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm here around the same time of day. And then every once in a while I sneak in on the weekend and do a video from my man cave downstairs in my house. It's actually a basement, but you know, I don't want anybody picking on me about grandma's basement, because it's not grandma's basement. This basement actually belongs to me. The whole house belongs to me. That's what I mean. So, I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. You know, I still live with grandma or something. You know what I mean? I think, you know, that's pretty sad when, you know, you got a 35, 40-year-old man living in mom and dad's basement. You're stuck in the hospital till tomorrow. Were they doing some testing or something, Ashley? Let's see here. God. So as it turns out, it looks like I'm going to be getting about 8 hours of overtime this week, which is good. I got, let's see, how many hours to overtime? I think I worked 50 hours last week, or maybe 49, or maybe it was 49. So if you take that overtime that I worked last week and then add it to this week, you're looking probably at about 18 hours of overtime, maybe, which is really cool, because, you know, we don't have that. We've got that thing where we don't pay taxes on overtime anymore. And at time and a half, getting paid for, you know, 10 hours at time and a half, that's fucking, well, it's not bukus, of money, but it's nice, you know, to have that extra cash anyway. I've enjoyed it so far. I get paid twice a month now, unfortunately. Well, every 2 weeks. Some months I get paid two pay periods, and then some months, depending on how early in the month I get paid at the end of the month as well. So I've had to kind of rebudget my expenses, and I've kind of had to restructure my payment schedule, because I'm used to getting paid every single week. And when you make a transition, you know, going from once a week to once every 2 weeks, you have to learn how to live a little more frugal, if that's even a word. I think it is. I've heard people use it before, so I'm going to say that. You have to be frugal with your money. And unfortunately enough for me, I got spending habits. You know, I don't, you know, I only live once, and I don't see anything wrong with buying things that I want or things that I desire. You know, as long as I work hard for it, people shouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? But, all right, folks. Well, it's 33 minutes. I'm at home. Daniel, like I said, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll do some sports highlights and hockey fights and shit. Maybe that'll bring some people in. Anyway, but thanks for stopping in, Daniel. It's good to see new faces, new names. I can't see your face, so that's why I have to say new name. But y'all take it easy. Ashley, I'll see you later. Give me a test and more tests. Yeah, I know, baby. But give me a call a little later. Give me about an hour or so. Give me a call. I heard some stuff that I need to talk to you about, okay? Hey, Mr. Magameat Utters. Have a good evening, sir. I'll be looking for more funny videos from you. And believe it or not, dude, you just about got that fucking, you about got that Donald Trump thing down, man. I was like, I had to close my eyes for a second and then reopen them just to make sure it wasn't him talking. But like I said, guys, y'all be good. And we'll talk to you again soon. Pieces.